Good evening, everyone. This is the Rutland Town Select Board regular meeting for Tuesday, October 26, 2025, at 6 p.m. We have Kurt Hathaway, Joe Denardo, Mary Ashcroft, and Matt Getty, and a whole cast of characters sitting in our audience. So please rise and join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge of
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, we have in your packet the July 12th minutes for the regular meeting of the Select Board. I don't think Kurt was here, but everybody else.
Move to approve.
It's been made to approve the minutes. Seconded. Any discussions, additions, deletions, corrections? If not, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. So that's 3, 0, and 1 abstention. No, 3, 0, and 2 abstentions because Sharon's not here. Okay. Next on the agenda, approval of orders, bills, and warrants. And they're sitting on Kurt's desk. Motion by Joey to approve.
Second.
Seconded by Kurt. Any additions, deletions, corrections, discussion on those? If not, all in favor of approving, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries 4-0. Are there any board member announcements? Nope. Update from the Select Board Chair. A couple of quick things. The deadline for submitting articles for the first fall edition of The Circle. The deadline is September 15th. The anticipated publication date is October 15th. So please, everyone, do get your department heads. I'm looking at you. Please do get your Circle articles in well in advance of September 15th, or at least by, then. Okay. Also, a huge thanks to everyone who participated in the townwide celebration. And we'll try and, do call outs. So Kurt was great on the little, what do you call it? The caterpillar?
Yeah, I don't know. They call it all kinds of things.
Okay. The little
centipede or
the centipede, the ride that went around.
Wagon carts. Yeah.
That was exceptional on the grill. I was pretty darn good when they let me cook, which wasn't most of the time. Sharon was there cooking too. Police, fire, highway, you were all there. And big thanks to Mike Rowe and Bill, because they did the trade-off, but they were both involved in getting folks there. Any estimate of the number of folks there? Anybody do one?
I thought around 400.
Really?
Only because of the amount of food we went through, and just that a lot of people didn't go through the exhibits. They came straight down and went right into the pool. The pool was pretty busy.
Yeah.
I felt that there were a large number of people there.
Yeah.
I mean, food wise, I'll talk about it one time, but we went through quite a bit
Okay.
of a lot of the stuff.
Yeah.
Some stuff we had a lot left over, like burgers we had left over, but we kind of cleaned out a lot of the other stuff.
Good.
That's what I felt. I don't know what you guys felt. I mean, they weren't mingling in the parking lot like they had been in the past, but
Yeah.
they were in the pool area.
Okay.
They were coming and going. I mean, you were constantly full and busy.
Yeah, there was a lot of people on
There was a
wagons.
lot of, yeah.
We should make an 8th grader sit on the hill next year with a pitch counter.
Ooh.
Count them all come down the hill.
Well, it was a great day. So thank you all very much. And what was the fastest time on the speed cart? 19? Okay. And that's Rooster didn't enter this year. Okay. Otherwise he would have taken it again, but yeah. Okay. All right. And I think that is, other than I participated in a focus group discussion on rural technical assistance and whether municipalities are getting enough or hearing about it. And I honestly am still not sure what it is, other than knowing when grants are available and how to apply for them. I think that's part of it. And we had other members of select boards in Rutland County participating, and it was really interesting. It was a good discussion. So I did that for the cause. Okay, any questions from the floor or public comment? No folks in the room. On the screen, anyone? Okay, moving right along. Dave Sears, Town Road Commissioner.
All right.
Good evening.
Good evening. Since the last meeting, we completed the cleanup on East Pittsford Road from the paving project. We had somewhere in the neighborhood of
Lift shoot.
12 loads of topsoil and 8 or 9 loads of wrap. And I think 3 loads of sure pack for driveways. We went to Lester Lane. On the hazard mitigation process that we went through earlier, one of the things that was highlighted from the last hazard mitigation thing was an outfall on Lester Lane. And so we went up to look at that. We were going to kind of take that on, and there was like 0 bottom in the culvert. So we ended up changing the culvert and stone lining the outfall. Campbell Road, for about 2 years, I've had a ditch project up there that I've been needing to get to, and that finally rose to the top of the pond. We've had a problem down on Quality Lane for a while with a sewer service that comes into the manhole and didn't drop into the invert. It just kind of came out on the shelf and stuff would pile up, and it was a problem. So we went down there and cleaned it and put an extension on there, and problem solved.
It's not, that's stormwater, not sewer, isn't it?
Whatever makes you sleep at night.
Aren't
No,
we-
it's sewer.
It's sewer?
It's
We're
sewer.
not separated?
Huh?
Never mind. Okay.
I can bring you pictures.
Oh, that's okay.
Okay. Because of the East Pittsford Road thing, we used up what wrap we had on hand, so we spent a couple days screening. Today, we started line striping. We did Post Road for first day of the little crumb crunchers going to school. So that should be all safe. And tomorrow, just for a heads up in case anybody's really interested, we have a meeting at 9 o'clock on Cop John Drive with V-Trans, Otter Creek Engineering, Casella, us, and anybody else that wants to join in. They're kind of like a pre-construction meeting with V-Trans, help them sleep at night.
This is for the sewer line that's going
Correct.
underneath Route 7. Okay.
And that's where I
Anybody
am.
from transportation?
I'll be there.
Okay, good. Thanks. So I have a letter in the green folder that I'm supposed to sign, and it's to V-Trans for Rutland Town STP BP 2314, contract CA 0813. And it is a reimbursement request for $9,700.86. And,
Sure. That's the route set, that's JP sidewalk.
oh, JP
Yeah,
sidewalk.
sidewalk.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Number 2 in there is what you're looking for.
Well, no, but I'll start with this because it's, I just started it, so I may as well finish it. Okay, I'm supposed to say, to the best of my knowledge and belief, that this is true, complete, and accurate. The invoice is total $12,126. The 20% local match is $24,2522. And the reimbursement request is the difference between the two of $9,700. And I'm required to certify that the local match hasn't been provided by contributions from other federally assisted programs. And there's all sorts of penalties if I commit fraud, false statements, false claims, or otherwise. And I'm assuming somebody should probably authorize me to sign it and
So
put my neck back in
Second.
the noose again. Motion's been made and seconded. All of this is true, and we did
Yes.
all of this work and we provided our share and, okay.
Probably.
just let us know when visiting hours are.
Possibly.
No.
We've-
You know,
I'll bring you whatever you want. I'll even take that rest.
leftovers from whatever the last event was, yeah. Any further discussion on this, which is relevant and, okay. All in favor of the motion to authorize me to sign this reimbursement request, please say aye.
I-
Motion carries and I'm
This is
signing
just
it.
another one in a long line of them. You've done quite a few
I
already.
have, and who
You're still with
knows?
us.
So
So,
far,
we're doing
it
it
takes a
right.
while, you know, prosecutions do take a while.
You might be.
The leftover hot dogs are frozen. They'll keep.
I'll have a party for you when you get out in 20 years.
If I get out.
Yeah.
So do south end sewer replacement. This is item number 2 in your packet, and since you're all right here. This is a contractor, Casella engineer, Otter Creek Engineering. And this is kind of an acknowledgement that the contractor will be performing our obligations. And the start date is as of, well, July 15th. Completion date is November 14th, and the date for final payment is November 31st. And in
There
this
is no
case,
such date. So we don't have to
right.
pay that one.
oh,
We'll wait for that date to come around.
okay. So do we change it to why don't we do December 1st?
Yeah, there you go.
Okay,
It's the same thing, only
all
different.
right.
It's true.
All right. So the contractor has to obtain local permits for work in the town right of way and coordinate and attend a pre-construction conference and notify DigSafe. And we're supposed to sign the town of Rutland. Authorized signature in this case is by Bill Sweet.
He's a victim.
There's no penalties for
Shall we?
anything on this one. Anybody want to make a motion?
Move to approve authorized bill sign.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. All in favor, please say aye. Aye. It's in the, are you yes or
I
no?
got 2 containers of hot dogs in case there's.
Okay. So Bill, you got to sign it. All right. I think that's it for highway stuff
So,
that was in here.
Dave, in the permit, are they putting a 24-inch sleeve across?
Yes.
Yeah, because originally I thought it was a 20 and an 8-inch PVC, but now
I
it's,
think it is a 20.
but in that permit, the state sent back, it says 24 and 10.
Okay.
Sounds better to me.
Well,
Bigger's better.
I mean, big is better. Theoretically, but the bigger the hole you try to drive, the more likely you are to find an obstacle that it doesn't want to go through.
Yeah,
Or
true.
around. That,
We can ask that question tomorrow.
okay. Right, and I think I asked Bill that, and he was looking, I don't know, the paperwork,
The plans and
yeah,
plans say the 24 or something.
Okay.
yeah.
When I was looking at that, it said that the state permit is for the directional boring, but not for the open
They
pit.
made that explicit.
They
Yeah,
certainly did.
Yes, they did.
And what happens and how long would it take if we find out we have to do an open pit?
That's a very good question to ask them tomorrow. My understanding is they understand the complexities of this thing. And if it turns out that we have to open dig it, they're not gonna like it, but they'll understand it, and it'll happen rather quickly. Like, they can't just stop us for a year while they try to figure this out. I understand it should happen quickly, but that's a question we can ask tomorrow.
Okay, will the appropriate folks be there tomorrow? So
It's
we
gonna
can
be
talk?
V-Trans loaded from what I understand.
All right, okay,
because when you think of how deep, they gotta go 16, 17 feet roughly.
Yep.
The top of that ditch is probably, if they open cut that, is what, close to 60 feet?
Oh, yeah.
So that's 60 feet of Route 7 missing on the top to have, so they can work in the bottom and have it safe.
all right.
That's why,
It's either that, they're gonna have to double, triple box it.
Yeah, they're gonna have to
And
stack
every other
boxes and it
stack
gets
boxes.
crazy,
Yeah.
Yeah.
especially that deep.
Yeah.
so anyway, that's why we're hoping this is gonna work just fine.
Okay,
How deep does ground penetrating radar go?
That I don't know.
Bill did some.
Huh? At least 6 feet. After 6 feet, you don't care. Yeah. No, I'm just curious if they have technology that would allow us to have maybe tried to map
Anticipate.
that.
Yeah,
To see if there
I
was-
don't know.
Yeah.
Great question for tomorrow.
Yep.
Good
I'll ask
question.
that.
All right, so lots of stuff to bring up tomorrow. Anything else for our town road commissioner? Anything else you want to tell us about or no?
Not an open meeting, no.
Do you heard any word on your truck?
I have not heard anything. The truck is sitting in Westminster, just waiting for a build date.
Okay.
I was told not to have an expectation.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you, Dave.
Thank you, guys.
Look at the bottom of the
Have a good
note
night.
in the front of the green envelope.
Bottom of the, oh, wait. Yeah. So a few days ago, our road commissioner, as in yesterday, our road commissioner celebrated his birthday. Isn't that nice? Happy
should-
birthday.
I got some hot dogs for you.
Okay,
Happy
that's
birthday.
all. You
That
can
was it?
go now. That
All
was
right.
it.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bill. All right, Ed Dumas, Town Police Chief.
Yeah. Not a whole lot tonight. So got a call today from apparently somebody called VSP to have the camper towed on the right of way on Route 7.
Oh, that would be JP, I think.
Nope.
He sent an email.
Different one?
This is a different complaint.
Yeah.
And then it was sent to us. That's in Rutland Town. It's their problem. They can get it towed. So I got a call from the local wrecker guy. He goes, hey, you're not going to pay for this $3,000 to tow it. Oh, no, we're not towing this thing. We're not doing it. So I guess, is it V-Trans?
It's V-Trans.
V-Trans.
It's
Right
their
away.
pull off.
So
So where is it?
That's
right
up.
in the Rutland Pittsford line.
Right.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
I went on the side. I just went and checked. It's still there.
okay.
Whoever brought it there, it was towed there. There's no steering wheel, there's no motor. Someone just towed it and dumped it there. Because they knew it was gonna cost a lot of money. to get rid of
Mhm.
Right.
it. That's what happened.
So,
That's the same
J-
one that JP got called on probably.
Probably.
And he elected not to have it towed. And isn't that, isn't that the state, since it's their road and they won't let us do anything else with their road, so they can
Except-
have the camper.
Except get rid of their garbage.
Right.
Oh, he said I declined to have it towed.
Right,
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
So, he said he determined to have been abandoned. How does one make that determination that somebody's not
I
just,
think if you go look at it, it's full of garbage.
I mean,
There's no
it was the
motor.
day before too.
Well,
State right away, the state will have to deal with it.
Yeah.
so I said,
Right.
we're not paying for it. So that's what that is. Another piece of business, we have to get, 2 new laptops. We tried to get the same ones we got the last time because it was fairly inexpensive, but they don't make that model anymore. The next closest model to that one, costs, but for 2 of them costs $4,700
For a laptop?
for 2 of them.
So those
Yeah, but still, that's a
are the
lot.
tough books.
Yeah, well, it's a semi-tough book. It's not a tough book. It's cheaper than a tough book because they're almost $8,000, I believe, at this point.
Yeah.
So these are,
Ridiculous.
It really is.
Sound like you're gonna use it.
Can you drop it?
Yeah, right. I want to know exactly how tough you can be with this.
Tough
Find
enough.
out.
well, we don't really want to smash them.
If you get the new ones, can we play with the old ones? for a little while?
The old ones are tough books, but yeah.
And then then there's a docking station and, like a holster for a gun, they're similar in that they have to, have a particular, system to hold them. This, we have, what do we have?
Gamber Johnson.
Gamber Johnson makes the holders for these particular models, so that's what we have to get.
That included in the number.
Yeah, so the total is an odd number, 6,666, 6,666
I
Yeah,
asked him if we could add a penny somewhere.
I was gonna say, that sounds bad. These docking stations are for in the vehicle or on? the
yeah,
house?
for the vehicle. The two cruisers, the car and,
It's Jimmy's car and it's the truck.
right,
We have
so
to
the,
retrofit. the
and
new
what's already in there
laptops.
is the Gamber Johnson, so we can't go to another model because all that stuff is specific to.
All right, so where's the money going to come from?
It'd be come out of,
Appreciation.
yeah, thank you. That's it. That was a deep appreciation, tap. I appreciate it.
And there's not enough, and don't you have an equipment line, or is this way beyond that?
I don't know if it's.
I think it's
not-
beyond it, but it would take a chunk out of it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And the equipment, maybe we should save for new stuff, something that they might need new.
Okay,
versus we
yeah,
couldn't do that with
depreciation is for replacement, yeah, okay. Well, police committee hasn't seen it.
Okay.
I don't know, what do you want to do, police committee?
I think I need to see any more than what I just heard.
Yeah,
I believe they've been talking about these for a while now.
That's right.
I think we need to
I
do it.
used the state bid from last year
okay,
and that's when I sent the exact same bid to Dell. Dell's like, we don't make that one. Here's off your specs, here's the next one up.
okay. And is this a state bid price?
yes.
Is
Okay.
this the
All the legwork.
police
but that-
specific model that the super secret,
Nope.
I think it's mainly just, it's tough so that it can ride in a cruiser and get knocked around and all that stuff.
People can kick it if we don't transport in the front thankfully anymore, but
Yeah.
Huh,
I have done it.
About how long do you get out of one?
5 years,
the-
5 to 6 years.
The tough books we have right now are 7, 8 years old.
really?
Yeah,
Okay,
that's-
well, that's not bad,
That's good.
all right,
that's
They're
very good.
hurt, they're hurting. They're hurting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably won't get the same life out of this one if it's not quite the same, but you
I
hope so.
hope so. We take care of them, but
all right. So is there a motion
Move to authorize the purchase as quoted.
from capital
Appreciation.
depreciation fund?
Yes.
Motion's made and seconded. Is there any further discussion? If not, all in favor of purchasing 2 laptops with docking station, whatever, for 6666 out of the depreciation fund, all in favor, please say aye.
I,
Aye. Motion carries 4-0.
We did pick up our, pistols.
Okay.
We do have them. We have a couple holsters. We have a couple odd people in the department that are left-handed that, so we're,
Oh.
Are they related?
no, we're not related. So, yeah, we'll,
All right, bit by bit.
yeah, get them eventually. Officer Dumas, attended firearms school last week. Now he's a certified firearms instructor. So that'll be a benefit to the town fire, our town police department
On this, the same weapon we just purchased? Yes.
on any weapon, on
Oh,
all
good.
handguns.
Okay,
I think shotgun too. They guys go back for that.
they
They've changed the certification process since I did it. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Good.
and I just went to what they call A-ride school. We both passed. So
advanced roadside impairment detection enforcement, I think is what it's
Okay.
called.
yeah, A-ride. they
It's
call it.
mandatory. So the state, back in 2015, the state mandated any new officer has to go through this course. Beginning of this year, they rolled out that, no, we want everybody in the state to go through this course. So we were playing catch up.
This is impaired driver detection.
This is emphasis on
Drugs.
drugs.
Okay,
So the basic DUI school is for alcohol. This
Yeah.
one is for drug impairment.
okay.
now that it's legal,
For it, we went over everything.
Yeah.
So
you're more likely to find people under the influence of legal stuff, sort of.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's harder to detect.
There's a lot of empty munchy bags.
Yeah, well, that's,
I think that's all we have.
Okay. How are things on Quarterline Road?
I hadn't been there for a couple days. So
Okay.
we've
the
been,
neighborhood they are
had been
happier.
happy. with
Yes.
the
Okay.
I spoke to a resident who said it had improved.
Okay,
We're gonna
And one RV at least had been removed.
all right.
The
Well,
owner
they
of that
can't.
house wanted to complain yesterday about us removing people and He was told how that process should have happened and
Mhm.
gave him your number. and
Okay,
Expletives he used to the officer does
Oh,
not
dear.
make me believe he's gonna call you.
okay.
So,
Oh, well.
So we tried.
We did. Yeah, I'm sure it's not me personally.
No.
No.
No, it's situation. Okay. Anyway, that, in any time, that program is available to him to assist landlords who need to evict people. So, okay. Anything else for our chief or deputy? Thanks again for being up there on Saturday. I hope you've, recruited some young folk to maybe think about careers in law enforcement. That would be good.
we'll see.
Or at least not deter them from.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Mike Rowe, Town Rec Director.
That's bouncing too. Set the tone early. Love it.
Good evening, and thank you again for
So I have quite an
Celebration.
extensive list since I went quick.
Heidi.
Again, thank you to everyone, Bill, Mary, Sharon, and Matt for cooking. Would seem to be endless amounts of food. The eighth graders that helped out were a tremendous help.
Yeah.
Kurt driving in that little thing always makes me giggle. But that's okay. We used to call it 10 and 5. When I was a kid, 10 pounds of blank in a 5-pound bag. That's what you are in that little tractor. It's funny. It's cute.
So I saw a thing on Facebook of a tractor roller coaster. It's basically the same deal as what you got, except you got some ramps to go over like this.
Oh, we'll build those.
Next year.
We got that. I'll take care of you. We'll put some bumps some places.
There you go.
I thought about 400 people attended. All the vendors were great. Department heads, thank you. Special thanks to the fire department and the police department for the 4th of July, for the fireworks. They went off great. We had a pretty good crowd. They were parking up on the grass towards the field, so that means we had quite a few. And they were a great show. Not so much for all departments as far as where the stuff landed, but that's okay. It's, I guess, the price of doing business. The pool is ready for the winter. We will have a committee meeting to talk about work that needs to be done on the pool. We lost quite a few tiles in the pool along the edge. Not good. And we're going to have some conversations, but something's going to have to be done next spring. So I'll reach out to the only company in the game, Patno Pools, to come down and give us an estimate on what that's going to cost to repair it. Next year, since I am now the de facto, I am the TWC guy, I am requesting that we move to Sunday, the 16th of August. It helps in many ways. One, the fair is over on the 15th. Sunday night is a great time. And that last week is a huge struggle for me for lifeguards. Always is, always has been. And then to close. So I would ask that we think about switching it to that date rather than that way I can still keep open. But that Saturday I was lucky this year. It's hard to get kids on a Saturday when most of my high school kids play sports. And that's if the college kids haven't gone back. And I was lucky that one kid is playing hockey and the other one's college starts the week later. Otherwise, everyone left the beginning of August. So I would like to do it on that Sunday, the Sunday before.
You want to do it on a Sunday?
I'd like to do it on a Sunday. Well, if I did it on the 15th, that's the last day of the fair.
Oh.
Typically, and we don't want to
So I have a
compete with that.
suggestion.
I'm sorry, what?
So I was thinking, we do this in August and then we get a little pushback on the fireworks because nobody does fireworks. What if we did our townwide celebration around 4th of July? Would that work or not work?
We talked individually about moving the fireworks back to the 4th. I think in what I found just with the pool is that a lot of people take vacations during that time. That July is a big vacation month for people. They're going all different places. I don't know if we would get a decent crowd. I mean, most people are kind of in August and school's getting, and so they're kind of back.
Just a thought.
It's just
to try
my
to put
thought
them
of
together.
people,
Yeah.
more people, I think.
Some reason.
Kinda
I
go
think
at
we
that
picked
time.
August, but I don't remember why.
For the fireworks?
No, for the townwide celebration.
Because it was the end of the season and we figured because school was starting the following week that most of the people would be finished their vacations.
Right.
So I'm a little concerned about moving it to the 16th because just my experience in the past couple of weeks trying to get lawyers to take cases, everybody's on vacation. And this,
I don't want to say to you, yeah, we can have it, but nobody can go in the pool.
yeah, no,
I
I
mean,
understand. but I
and
think-
that's a huge concern for me
You get it out
every
there.
single year.
You're
Let's-
getting the information out a year. So people that want to attend can maybe plan their vacations a little differently. I mean, you're giving them a year notice.
I just, it's food for thought to think about.
Yeah, if I would suggest that you go over that with the rec committee, the pros and cons.
Yeah, I mean, we'll go there. I'm really,
Those are-
I just
I mean,
wanted to put that
The
out there
other
to
thing
think
is
about.
the Sunday a little bit. Is a bit of, just because it's a change from the Saturday when we have had it, so.
Might
And
rain and I might make it. Every time you have this on Saturday, sun shines, we're baling hay. So
I just, it
Rain-
doesn't hurt to, I mean, it's
rain
only,
Doesn't
what,
hurt
year
to-
5, and it doesn't hurt to kind of mix it up a little bit.
Yeah.
It's just a thought. It's a concern from me
Mhm.
that, to have people to be able to enjoy the facility.
Yeah.
And I need to make sure that I have qualified people that are still around, and Sunday is fine because the kids aren't playing sports activities. So I would have had more than enough because they don't play any games on Sunday. So then I'm not worried about it. But a Saturday I am because that's preseason and they're all at games. And
Makes
so
Yeah.
it's hard. It's just a thought, but I will bring it up with committee and
Yeah.
we'll go from there. Sure.
okay,
Field hockey played on Sunday.
Ooh, that's almost taboo.
You decided to go back on the 4th.
Oh.
There's no other place around here that has 4th of July and fireworks on the law enforcement end. It's going to be a kind of a nightmare for us because it's hard to keep people off the road.
okay.
They'll
Parking on the road,
line
yeah,
up
all over,
everywhere.
yeah.
You can't keep ahead of them. As soon as we drive up, there's 6 cars parked, but we told them they can't park, and eventually we just said, the last time that happened, we just said, just forget it, we couldn't keep ahead.
I've heard there may be a request to consider chipping in with at least one other municipality, maybe more, to do something on the 4th, but that,
There's a Saturday next year.
is it?
No, 4th is a Friday.
Is it a Friday? I thought
Or
I
was it
just-
4th or Friday this year?
I think it was Friday this year, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's a Saturday next year. I just looked it up. That's
Okay.
why I brought that up to you.
Was Friday.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
The
Well-
4th was Friday this year? Oh, okay. All right. So then, yeah, it's a Saturday.
all right.
So
So-
it kind
more
of works
people.
out good
See.
because it gives you, if we do them on the 4th, you got a Sunday backup if it rains.
True.
As far as
But,
fireworks, yeah.
So
All
a
right,
lot of things to think about now.
okay.
And it's the big, what, 250? Is that what? Yeah. So I mean, that's.
Yeah.
I'd like a big shout out to the lifeguards and the staff for the summer. I keep track of visits, if you didn't know, every year. And this year we eclipsed 10,500 visits to the pool, which is pretty awesome. A lot of people are using that facility, which is fantastic. Senior lunch today was awesome. We were at Lake St. Catherine. We had a kind of like make your own sandwiches. And just as I was getting ready to leave, I turned around and there's 5 or 6 of them waiting in Lake St. Catherine. And it was funny. It was cute. And they had a grand old time out there at the
See, when
state
you hit
park.
a certain age, you turn cute. So
You go back to cute. Back when you were younger, you go back to cute, you know?
You start out,
Yeah,
you end up cute.
yeah,
In
We're
between,
looking-
Not so much.
They kind of chatted and I asked, what do we want to do for September? And they threw out maybe going to Baxter's at the country club
Ooh.
and then gondola ride for either late September, early October up to the top of Killington for the foliage.
okay.
They're running.
Foliage, yeah.
Why did
We do it
you-
every year.
Why did you give me the
Gondola.
shiver? What?
I don't like to go more than 4 feet off the ground.
I was like, oh, well, you could run up.
Yes, I
We could take the snowcat up there and he could take you up there. We could drive you up.
Sit in the middle of the crowd, you won't notice.
Yeah.
Uh,
They're fun. They're great. Do you know what I did was when I took a 2-day vacation, well, a day and a half, and we went to Lake Placid, my wife and I, which I had never been, and I'm a huge hockey buff. And so we went and saw all the venues, and we went to the ski jumping, and we went up in the big meter. They have an outside elevator
Oh.
that takes you up, and it's beautiful. It's very impressive. If you've ever been, you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't, you should, because the venues are pretty cool that it was right over there. But going up to the ski jump, and then watching people, they practice year round jumping. They jump on artificial grass on the bottom and they just jump year round. And we watched kids, like 6th graders, jumping off the ski jump. It's just, but as far as heights, Mary, yes. It's pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not a huge heights fan myself, but anyway, I digress on that part. Soccer has started for grades 3 to 6. The last group goes Friday, so we're well on board with that. I did tell you that the U10s, which are grades 3 and 4, boys and girls will be playing all of their in our local league at Northwood Park this summer on Saturday, starting on the 6th. So if you want to come out in the mornings looking for the local soccer fix, please come on out. I'm waiting to hear. So the fingerprint and the background checks are on hold. We are waiting on the state to give us our ID number and information so that when I log in, I can do my thing. And when I send them to get fingerprinted, they have the number where it will all go. So we are just waiting for the state to get back to us. Bill graciously filled out the application so that they could bill us rather than paying each time I go online. And we're just waiting for our number.
Do
so
we have
everything
our
goes.
APHIS machine working yet?
Computer tech Pat will be there tomorrow at 9:30.
Okay.
An appointment to talk with someone in the state or on the phone to talk to somebody for their firewall, and hopefully we're up and running tomorrow for all.
Okay.
So
Here's hoping.
that's great because I
Yeah.
made a deal with one of the other 2 departments. I'm not going to say who, and they were fantastic and they would have billed us too, so that the people wouldn't have to pay on the spot.
Mhm.
So now that we're still waiting and waiting, it go right to Ed when we have all our official
Okay.
paperwork and stuff. So that is still in the works and still moving forward. The coaches know that they will need to, it'll be retroactive, but they are all fully aware of the process that they will go in there. They're fine with that. So just to give you a heads up there. Next summer, just to give you a hint, because you have to book things well in advance, we're doing live artists at the pool in July, the Sundays in July, and I have 3 of the 4 artists are booked. So we're doing like a summer live music fest on Sunday nights up at the pool from 6 to 8. So that's
Okay.
something to look forward to.
Okay.
And
And I've mentioned this, there are other summer
events going on.
concert series, musical. So,
There's enough for,
but I
everybody.
think given the variety that you're likely to have in other places, I think it's okay.
yeah, I know the city band's there and someone
City
else. So, I
band's
mean,
there.
people are going to go see a city band.
Concert
People are going to
series
go
at
watch.
2 of the churches downtown. So,
Yep.
yeah.
So, I mean, there's plenty for people to choose from.
Okay.
And then the last thing, the doors at Dewey. The bid runs out in 2 days. I don't have an answer for the other doors, or do you?
I have information for you.
Okay.
Yep. So the doors that came from the public safety building are 7-foot doors, so they're too tall. But I've been in contact, I got a hold of Bernie, and Bernie he knows all about, because he's been over to look at this. He wants to meet, he needs you to meet with him and the rep from the door company that he's buying them from. And we can get a figure, so we can get us another price on this.
Okay. So we're not going with this bid
Well,
because
I just don't
Bernie
like
needs
being
to-
held hostage to one bid.
Okay.
And,
But that's
and,
fine with me.
you know,
Yeah.
so what Bernie needs to do is you and him need to coordinate a time that you can be together. And then, the door rep that he's working with will come measure the doors. They will be more or less a custom size, because I don't know if those are unique in size or whatever. I'm not sure.
They're
There's, yeah,
standard door, 3 foot by 6.
well,
6
three,
feet.
3.0 by 8.0 is 80, but they're a little shorter. And the ones that this, like I said, came out of the public safety building are 84s, they're 7s. So they must have been taller for some reason in that building, but I don't know, they're 3 foot.
This building is also way, way older, so.
Right, so
Yeah.
that
Things
may
have
be the
changed
different
since, you
standard,
know,
but,
yeah.
that's what he said. He's willing to, that was what his problem has been, is nobody would get back to him. So he's been putting some pressure on somebody to arrange this so that we can get at least a second price and a comparable price. I think.
So I'm gonna ask you to have Bernie call me
Yep, I have.
sooner rather than later, because
Well,
I'm
hopefully it'll
free.
happen. I'm hoping it'll
And I
happen
can meet
tomorrow.
with him whenever, but he needs to contact me.
Yep.
Because that's the way I left it with him last time, was like, I need stuff. And he's like, well, I'm working on it. Well, I need more. I mean, I'm fine with that, but you got to be in touch with me
Yep.
so I can plan and do stuff. That's all. I'm cool with whatever we do.
Yep.
And whatever you're comfortable with, but I don't want it to just keep going and going and going. And seeing that bid is out in 2 days and then we rebid, I just don't.
They may.
That's all. That's just my concern. I just, so have him call me.
Yes,
as soon
we'll
as
get
he
that
can, that would
arranged
be
so
great.
that you can,
I can meet
you
with
gotta
him
be over
anytime.
there with the keys to let him in so
Oh,
they can
yeah.
get it up.
He can get himself into the doors.
I don't know if he can or not.
Where's the beep button?
Yeah, over there.
Yeah. How bad, I mean,
Can
I
you
went, o-
mute it?
No.
I mean,
I'll tell you later.
okay, because I mean, I went over and looked at him, but I couldn't do what I needed to do without you, and I was pressed for time, and so
Oh, yeah. This right here. No, this right here is all you need. And you're in.
I have a door like that too.
Yeah,
I
both of them
will-
are just like that.
Yeah.
But they
will be, so that's what the holdup has been, is that he couldn't get anybody to respond to him, and there's some, I don't know if all of a sudden commercial doors are like chicken's teeth and nobody's got them and nobody wants to do anything, and that may be what's reflecting in that price, why we're that kind of.
Well, that was stated to me by that other company that they were close to like 15 to $2,000 per door. And that was, they were frank about that. They're like, that's what the door was costing
Yeah.
for that
And it
type of
just
a
seems
door.
like that's, and I've talked to several people in the business, and everybody thought that was pretty high, but maybe, that's the nature of where we are right now. And if it is, it is, but I just don't want us to be held hostage to one price. That just,
I'm fine with that too. I just don't want to
yeah.
have
I
this
know.
go on and on and on and on. And then I'm replacing other stuff because of that.
Yeah.
That's
So I
just
think
my
that-
concern.
Also takes care of A under action items because we
Yep.
have
We tabled
discussed
it,
the
yeah.
Dewey
I
Field.
will be in contact with him tomorrow. Hopefully he'll get a hold of you tomorrow, and
He has
you
my
guys can
number
get-
and
yeah.
you just give me a jingle. I'll meet with him whenever he wants.
But while you are here under action item B, we tabled the motion last time about a purchase of a new mower. Where are we with that? Have you? talked-
I'm gonna leave that, we're gonna meet in committee about my email wasn't picking up. You did email me and that's why I never responded because for some reason I had shut it off and I don't know why. So we will have a rec committee to talk about our 5-year capital plan, which I put in all my capital plans
Great.
when I'm replacing my stuff.
Yes, thanks.
And so it's in there. We will just have a meeting to reaffirm. We're going to leave it as status quo right now. And, because the other 0 is going to need to be at some point. So
Okay.
we will take care of that in committee when we meet.
We also
We're
wanted to make
fine
sure
right
you
now.
were in on that discussion too.
Yeah.
And down under action item C, board to review townwide celebration, and I think we have done that unless there's anything else that should be tossed in. We've talked fireworks and a lot of moving parts and possible moving dates
Yep.
and days. So, okay.
So you want me to run TWC through rec? So going forward, taking over
Yeah,
from
going
Bill
forward.
essentially. Okay. I just want to make sure I'm going the right direction. That's all. So what you would like from me is to set up the townwide celebration through our rec
I
committee
think so.
and then bring other people. How do you,
Well,
what's your vision? That's all.
By March of next year, that's when we redo the committees. And if rec has now pretty much taken over townwide celebration, we can drop it as a committee and just go with those people. And we all pitch in on that one
Correct.
anyway. So,
Okay.
however, but the need for a separate committee probably has run its course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unless you felt the need for one.
No, I just want to know which direction, how you want me to go, because it's coming to me. So either I plan it all and then bring it to the rec committee and then to you. How do you want that done? What's the direction you want me to do?
Well, you're the primary and you'll be bringing it to the rec committee. And, like this year I said, my suggestion was invite all of the organizations that are special appropriations. And I think a good many of them came because that's where they get a chance to show the townspeople what they do. And then voters can make an informed choice in March. So
And that was a great suggestion from you to me to talk to the Council on the Aging,
good.
because we connected and then they
Bone
brought on to
builders.
me that, Marble Valley will transport. And I didn't know that. And they were like, oh, yes. So here, we'll help you out and we'll come. So we're reconnecting with that group.
Good.
So thank you for that. We actually exchanged emails and right there and that day when you were off cooking. So thank you for that. So that was a good connection. So that paid off right there.
And actually all of those were some great connections that were made with that whole group. So thanks. Okay.
Okay. Anybody have anything else for me?
Nobody nope, we're all set. Thank you, Mike.
All righty. Thank you.
All right, Clark, town clerk and treasurer.
Good evening.
Good evening.
A couple things, they'll be quick. Let's see, we are collecting taxes, continuing to collect taxes. The first installment's due September 10th, just as a reminder. I have been receiving a lot of phone calls about missing tax bills, meaning some people haven't received their tax bills yet. I just wanted to put it out there that all the tax bills were printed. We don't know what happens after it leaves our building as far as at the post office. So the only suggestion that I have is to give us a call if you haven't received it, and we can try to get you a copy of your tax bill. We can send it in the mail or email it. Let's see. You have the installment that we got for our first local options.
Yeah.
On target pretty much, as looks like last year at this time. So that's good. And let's see, two other things. We sent out challenge letters to voters, and if you received one of them, you just read the letter and do sorry, I'm a little bit out of breath. I had to go up the stairs. So there's a postcard in the challenge letters. Just fill it out and send it back. We have to do that every other year to clean up our voter checklist. If you have a question on that, just give us a call. And the last thing is we had a Board of Abatement meeting on the garage that burned in May, Mr. Puma's property. And we adjusted his assessment on the building that burned, the garage, and we adjusted the taxes for the amount of time then from when it burned in May to June 30th, and then his taxes this year. So that is now approved and went to the listers so that that'll be on record. And that's about it. That's everything that's happening in my office.
Okay, and thanks for doing that. Sharon was here for the BCA meeting. I was here, and it's a good thing, as we need to kind of it was a close call to get a quorum. We were okay, but we had to call a couple of folks to come in. So please, if you can at all come to a BCA abatement hearing. And maybe we should also, kind of see when good times are, because the middle of the day for people who are working is kind of tough. We used to have Board of Abatement hearings in the evening, and that might be a little better if we get, continue to have need to make a quorum.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, and thanks for doing it. I know you did a lot of work on that, so thanks very much, Kari. That was good.
I enjoy when people have legit reasons to come in and talk to the Board of Abatement. So
Yeah.
I encourage people to do that when they have real reasons for the board to get together. So yeah, thank
Yes.
you.
Yeah. Just a note that our first quarter of local option tax was 387,481. And we had budgeted 325,000 per quarter if you take the 1.3 million and divide it by 4. So we're running comfortably ahead. We don't want to say it too much and scare it, because we've got 3 other quarters to come in, but it's looking pretty solid. So that's good.
I agree.
Okay. Any questions for our town clerk or treasurer? If not, thank you very much, Kari. Have a good
Thank you.
evening.
Have a good night.
All right. Is Mike on? Mike Delehanty.
Cover Chris already,
Where is Chris?
right before Gary.
Oh, I skipped Chris. I'm sorry. Chris Clark. I don't know how that happened, but town fire chief.
He's not on, so it actually worked out well.
Okay. All right. Was he going to be on, Kari, or no?
I don't think so. He's busy doing something.
Okay. All right. So, and it looks like Mike Delehanty isn't here. Joe Denardo, public safety building clerk.
So, we got an invoice a couple weeks ago regarding the public safety building, and, they kind of put it all together. I'm a little new to this because they took over for JP, but, so I went in, Kari printed them off, and it was in the orders authorized the 22,000 and a little more for the, transfer switch for the sprinkler system. And there was some additional work that Chris had JJ do, the electrician, and that was in there. So those 2 were authorized. They put it all together with the retainage, which is about 142 that we're on, and
It's all together in there?
it was, but we
Okay.
separated the
Okay.
2 that we're paying because the board has not authorized the final payment yet.
Right.
The issue in one of your offices was some insulation, I believe, that was off a pipe causing some condensation, and that was dripping down.
They put a new tile in, is what I was told.
Yep,
Okay.
so they got that taken care of, and I have not heard any more on the foyer incident with the sheetrock peeling in the mud. So I need to follow up with Vic and Gary and see what they're doing, because they haven't fixed it.
Might be better to wait a little bit on that to see what happens.
Yeah, that's kind of what I think they're doing.
Yeah.
They're waiting.
Mhm.
They went up there and put a bunch of caulking up there, but how long is that gonna?
Yeah, I don't believe that's a moisture issue. I think that was, fixing something that didn't quite come out, and I think they put too much mud in there, and I don't think it stayed. That's what I think, because it peeled right off in a sheet. But anyway, did they, when they were in there, when Gary was looking at that, did you guys show him the, vinyl moldings in the corners where it was peeling out?
I was there when.
Okay.
That happened. Maybe, I don't know.
Okay, all right, because that was one other issue. Some of the moldings they put on where they made the sharp corners,
Mhm.
they're straight now. So that needs to be a
Hmm,
little bit of
okay.
attention there, but I'd like to, hopefully they would get this stuff done and we could get it wrapped up.
Yeah.
And I've been looking at different public safety, different fire stations to see how they light their signs up.
Oh,
Because
okay.
that sign thing is still not there. Castleton's over there on Route 30, they have what appears to be a roll, like a bar of lights under the, I gotta go over at night and see if that's what it is, but it looks like a bar of lights that are underneath the lettering and they just shine on to the lettering. So we need to come up with a fix for that, but I haven't heard back from VMS about my request for some other ideas, so
Okay.
we're waiting on that, but that's where we are with that.
All right. I did see the sign out there for the police department directing folks in. Is that,
They still don't know where to go, do they?
yeah, I mean,
You can leave a horse to water, but.
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah. So,
Any other questions for Joe, our public safety building clerk? Okay, thank you. Is JP on? Okay, we did see a couple of things. One was kind of discussed already, and that was the camper that was found abandoned at the side of the road. But then as part of that, he did talk about, he checked our town ordinances, and we probably need to tweak some language in it. And the question for the highway committee, our town council is on vacation pretty much until into September. Do you guys want to take a whack at that, or do you want me to ask him to?
well, we could do that, or can we?
What was he specifically asking again?
Let's see.
I skimmed it quick.
Would like to request the town amend the ordinance to cover trailers of any type and allow for notice to be posted on our website, Facebook, and the circle, as opposed to signing every road. So part of my question there is whether state law requires us to sign,
Could
but
we run, I know we've got the 16th meeting with Kevin.
yes,
Would he be maybe okay with answering a couple of questions about
Okay.
that? Do you think that night?
all right, I will add that.
Put it to him
And
in
that way we
advance.
Yes.
Put it to him in advance.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, I would,
Right.
but we're all the players that are involved with this. I mean, I don't know how that, no parking in the town right away. I guess that's part of the highway stuff.
Okay, Joel, I slid it there, but I will ask Kevin.
Yeah.
Okay. That takes care of that.
So that, when, about that camper that I was, wondering,
Oh, yeah.
did that migrate from Port Line Road?
No.
No,
No?
Number one.
okay.
Different one?
There's plenty of them.
Port Line was nicer.
There's plenty of them floating around.
I mean, it's amazing what people do. Just take up something and then leave it on the side of the road and somebody else will worry about
It
it.
was told there by a doctor.
Oh, yeah.
Well, those of us who do green up day, it's not that amazing.
There's a lot of bags.
It's bad.
A lot of bags if you want to put that in green up
Bad.
bags.
So, you know, I was driving yesterday morning, headed off somewhere coming up Door Drive, and a neighbor was just out there picking up trash. So I thanked him. Yeah,
Actually,
good people.
on my way here tonight, lady on North Grove Street, and I
Saw her
believe,
too.
huh?
I saw her too.
And I believe that's, Mrs. Wilk. I think that's who does that. She did that this spring too. Walks up their property they just bought the Burke farm,
Yeah.
and
okay.
she polices Grove Street. I've seen her out there several times.
Good for her. Well, thanks to the good neighbors who were doing that. Okay, so no JP, but we covered what he gave us. Is Barbara on? Okay. Barbara and the Planning Commission were at Townwide Celebration. And it was good to see them there. We had some of our newer members there also, and that was good to see. Is Larry on? Okay. Marcia Chioffi, do you have anything for us? Good evening, Marcia.
Good evening, Mary. Not really.
You do.
You had a E&O to sign that was missed by the Lister's office for the elimination of an Intel account for GE.
Oh, okay.
And you know, with us being the first year to take over everything, I mean, things are gonna slip, and hopefully next year we'll be able to, you know, not oversee some of these accounts.
Okay. So it's item number 3 in your packet. It is an errors and omissions certificate that the listers are asking us to sign. They have already as ATEL 15 LLC. The change from 100 $619,460 down to zero. The equipment was removed. And that lowers the tax liability by $1,694.68. And there is a place for all of us to sign.
This is different from the ones we did.
The only thing I wanted to let
Yes.
you know, Mary, is that this equipment was absorbed by GE directly, so it is now part of GE's their declarations of equipment.
Okay, so Matt's telling me it was not in the packet.
It was not, she gave it to me yesterday.
Okay, all right. So if you're going through trying to find it, it isn't there. Sorry
Good,
about that.
thank God I didn't think I lost my mind.
So we're just removing a $619,000 piece of equipment, which had been removed anyway, so we're taking it off the inventory.
You have to vote on that.
Yes,
And
you
it
do.
has been added to the GE account as being absorbed by GE.
Okay.
Move to approve.
Motion's been made to approve by Matt, seconded by Kurt. Any further discussion? There is additional paperwork to it, so that I think speaks to what Marcia just did. All in favor of the motion, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries 4-0. And I'm signing and passing it to Matt. Okay, anything else, Marcia?
Yeah, the only other thing that I'd like to update the board on is that we have been in contact with several of the assessing firms that we sent initial requests for proposals out for. And all of them are telling us that they won't even touch us until 2031. We're trying to arrange a meeting with Christy Wright to let us know, what do we do from here? Where do we go? According to the new legislation, if we do not have a assessing firm in place before 2029, then we will be pulled into this new district.
So Marcia, you're making a note of, or keeping, if you're contacting these appraisal firms by email, you're keeping all of that correspondence. Because I think we have to,
Absolutely, yes.
so
Yeah.
we've got proof that we have tried, and
Absolutely.
we can't do the
Yeah.
impossible.
Yeah. We've contacted firms that do not deal with Nimerick or with Microsoft. And a lot of these they don't want to bid because they're dealing with Patriot, or they're dealing with Cialis, which is a different system. And at this point, I can't see us going from Nimerick or Microsoft into a brand new system. I mean, this would be a total nightmare for all of us.
Yeah. Okay.
We will be speaking with Christy to find out, what can we do? Can we do this on our own? It's been done before. I don't know. It's a conundrum wrapped up in an enigma right now.
Okay. Well, thank you for your efforts on that, Marcia.
Okay, we'll keep you informed as to, what's happening.
Okay.
And where we go from here.
All right. Any questions for our head lister?
Probably the law will change a couple of times before 2029 anyway.
Well, there you go. Yeah.
Probably.
Okay.
Since worrying too much.
All right. Thanks, Marcia. Have a good evening.
Alrighty. Yeah, thank you, everyone. Have a good weekend.
Thank you. All righty. Next. Bill Sweet, Town Administrator.
Evening. All right, so you've got just a few things left. We're in pretty good shape. On your desk is a copy of a letter that I drafted for the mall. We talked about that at the last meeting about reaching back out to them
Yes.
about security issues.
You had a chance to look it over, folks, because if you're satisfied, we could approve it and sign it while we're here.
Move to approve.
Motion's been made by Joe to approve the letter. Is there a second?
Second for discussion, but I have a comment
Okay.
afterwards.
Okay, motion seconded. Discussion.
So I'm wondering if we should add a sentence at the end of the penultimate paragraph saying something to the effect of we would expect and appreciate their cooperation in working with local law enforcement to prosecute individuals when possible, so we can help to alleviate some of these issues.
Okay. So I've got, we would expect that you would cooperate with local law enforcement too. What was the rest of it? Provide,
Facilitate the prosecution
okay,
when circumstances warrant. Oh.
okay.
If you'd like, I can pretty easily add that tonight if you want to do that, then we can sign it and send it out.
All right.
Won't take long.
So that's a comment. Kurt? Thoughts?
I mean, obviously they need to keep the place boarded up. I mean, you're gonna have people out there doing things they shouldn't be doing until they tear the place down.
I know.
So I go back to, I would probably like to draft some sort of letter to the district commission to maybe nudge them into getting this permit approved for ripping this down and let them know that it's going to help the town and the taxpayers in multiple ways.
Mhm.
If we get the permit approved to tear this mall down.
Has anybody heard anything more about that?
Only that the second incomplete letter was responded to by the engineering firm, so they sent in additional things that were required, but I don't think there's been anything after that from the district commission. So that was what, 2 weeks ago? 2.5, 3 weeks ago.
Should we send them a copy of this letter that we're sending to these folks and with a little note that if they could please expedite this destruction permit, that it would be greatly appreciated by the town? And it's
And it might
Probably.
further the,
somebody.
I mean, I don't want to hound these guys too much. I mean, obviously they want to tear that place down as bad as we want it down, you know?
yeah.
They wanted it down last week.
Yeah.
Or last month.
Yeah, you know, so I mean, I think we should send them this letter, but I think we should also do something as a town to help nudge Act 250 and lean on them a little bit to get this ball rolling.
Or do we put a little something else in this letter to them that we are contacting the state's Act 250 commissioning, encouraging them to expedite the decision?
I feel like if we copy them on this, then I think that's another reason why they should delay it.
Yeah.
You're not cooperating with the permit. Maybe we should, you
Well,
know,
yeah,
that
that's
could be. I mean, it
true.
could
So maybe
that's
just,
it should probably be its own crafted letter.
Right, but I think that
I mean,
maybe it's what we need. I don't know.
something,
Cause they don't seem to be as, interested in getting it. They're not as
Well,
antsy about it because it's not.
I mean, I get there's an Act 250 process, but come on here, like,
well,
let's-
you know, to the first round, they really did not have a complete application.
Yeah.
The second round was, you know, more honed in.
Yeah.
And they have responded to it. So I'm really kind of hoping, but you know, if you want to send, the town may have to go to Act 250. This is only the very beginning of the project. So we may have to go to Act 250 for some other issues as time comes up. So I'm cautious about playing that card too early.
it's, in my opinion, this is for the demo permit. And
Yes.
whether there's a Walmart or change of stipulations, whatever, I mean, it's my opinion, we want that thing gone, whether there's a Walmart up there or not,
Well, we've certainly
you know, and we hope. and-
expedited our part of doing it.
Yeah, but I also want to make sure that it's shown that we as a town are trying to do something to keep this moving forward. That way, I mean, I really don't want Walmart to go find another place somewhere in the country where they can put their however many millions of dollars to build a different store and delay this, and we end up with a dilapidated mall that they don't want to tear down because they don't have a new place, and we're right back to where we were. So, yeah, I just want to make sure that, you know, the district commission understands that this town needs this and this needs to happen and we need to keep moving forward on it.
And this is the district commissioner, not the district commission.
Sure.
So I'm wondering if we could just have Bill call. It's not really ex parte because it's not the commission.
Okay.
It's the commissioner. It's the. What do you think, Matt? Have Bill call and just inquire about, can we move this along? We're having difficulties
What's
here.
the status?
Yeah, what's the status? The select board would like to know. Can you
We
fill
would
us
like to
in?
see the dust fly.
Yeah.
Or not. Or not.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah,
right,
no,
right.
no
Don't
dust.
say
No
Don't
dust.
say dust
No
fly.
No dust.
Yeah,
No,
don't
absolutely
say that.
No
sound.
dust, no backup alarms, no
No.
nothing up there.
Okay.
Jeez.
So is that something, would that,
Yeah,
shall we have Bill call and inquire on behalf of the select board? We're,
sure.
you know,
I want to do something,
okay.
you know.
So
Absolutely.
you're
'Cause if this-
authorized to please find out.
If this turns into another BJ's, it's just not going to be good.
Well, the
for
other
this.
BJ's was actually caused by the people from the mall.
I know.
So,
Yeah.
you know,
I know.
So.
Yeah.
But
we hope that doesn't happen again.
I know government moves slow, but oh my goodness.
I know,
I would normally say grass grows faster than that, but not this year.
not this year.
Yeah.
Okay, so Bill's going to add a sentence
Okay.
along the lines of Matt's suggestion. And then so we can, with that sentence added, is there a motion? Did we just make a motion to approve the letter? Did I?
Yeah.
It was made and seconded, yes.
Yeah.
Then
this
seconded
is the
with the
discussion.
addition.
Yeah.
This is the
Do you have a
discussion.
note? Do you
Oh, this is
have, do you
the
have the
discussion.
language on a copy there? Would you like-
Sort of expect to cooperate with local law enforcement to facilitate the prosecution when circumstances warrant. Something like that.
I guess I would tack on in order to alleviate these problems that we're experiencing.
These issues. Okay,
All right, very good.
okay, all in
More than-
favor of the letter as amended, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries 4-0.
All right, and on the, we were on the receiving end of the letter you have in your packet from V-Trans, responding to the request from us and Mendon regarding the speed limits.
All right, this was Joe's.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
what we talked about with Mendon,
Yep,
and it looks like they are not going to change the speed limit, or they're not going to recommend it can change. If I understood the way that's read.
Methodology was interesting.
yeah,
It's just like, well, we set the speed limit here and people aren't speeding that much over, so we feel like it's good where it is. Well, that sort of makes sense up to a point. That point specifically being that part of Mendon really that they're worried about where it's a town.
Yeah.
And it just begs the question of whether the speed limit through there is actually what it should be. Like I said before, I don't really care about the hill going up from
I do.
Home Depot, but like, between Town Line Road and Park Lane,
They
it's
could
kind
go,
of dicey. And they didn't really address that at all, but unless we have some other data from the chief or something to say, well, we got a whole bunch of accidents up there, then maybe they just kind of shrug their shoulders and don't worry about it.
they keep talking about increasing speed enforcement, but who's gonna do it? I mean, that's local.
Mhm.
You know, Mendon's gotta do it because the state police aren't gonna do it.
The
And that's a
sheriff-
state highway.
Sheriff's almost there full time.
Right.
I haven't seen them
I haven't seen any.
They've been sitting up farther
Oh,
across from
okay. You know, I will say, yet again, I went up that hill and I was getting ready to make the turn onto Post Road, and I was in the right-hand lane trying to get over to the left, and cars were just zipping by. That's a real problem.
And I don't
You guys
know-
come from the other direction. I come from that direction, and
I go
that's,
that way a lot. You
Okay.
you have to pick the left-hand lane right as you come by Home Depot.
yeah.
That,
Oh,
that way
and
you,
pass
many
me on the
people
other
don't
side,
know
go-
and
that.
make sure nobody's blowing through the turn lane,
And
because
then
that
they're
happens a
like
lot too.
this to get around you. Yeah.
this is the second time we've asked the state to look at speeds on a major road. And they don't find the issues that our law enforcement people do. So I'm questioning as to when they conduct these surveys.
I think some of it, I don't know if the
1989.
Well, no, it's the time of day.
I don't know
if you
if,
go out at 11, somebody's going home from work at 11 o'clock and they're doing it at night, there's not gonna be anybody speeding.
I don't know if some of the standards are different because it's Route 4, it's a federal related highway. If those standards are different than if it was just a state road, if if they have to see different data in order to adjust things, I don't know. But, because, we've asked them on Route 7, that's a federally aided highway too,
Yes.
I don't know. I don't know if there's different standards or not. They probably don't know, but.
Well, it's Federal Highway Administrative Manual on Uniform Traffic Controls and Devices. So there is federal
Yeah.
regulations for, but I don't know when they're looking, because if you want an interesting experience, try to pull out of where the new solar project's going on Route 7.
Aha.
And those cars coming out of the city that are grumpy and angry because they had to drive one lane, and
Yeah.
oh my God, if they go by there, JP has told me that he could just sit there all day
Yeah.
and as fast as he can write tickets, they just.
Yeah.
So anyways. All right, well, maybe they still got one hurdle
So there
because
is the hearing. Does anyone,
it's on
September
September
10th,
tenth, yep.
does anyone want to participate in it? They're going to send a Zoom link.
1:30, might be able to try to do that on the 10th. That's a
Okay.
Wednesday. Maybe I can go next one.
Anybody wants to do it, they could come here and do it here,
Yeah,
set that up pretty easily.
just. It might show at least some interest, if we show some interest that at least we're participating in it.
Yeah. Is
Just-
Mendon going to, if you could find out from Megan whether
Sure.
Mendon's going to participate.
I'd be surprised if they weren't.
I would like to think so.
Presumably they got the same answer, but maybe
Oh,
not
I'm
because they
sure
got
they
different
did.
sections.
They should be pretty disappointed in this. They're, they didn't get anywhere.
Well, they did talk about our section.
Yeah, they're really, their primary concern was going up the mountain further. And they were saying like, your community serves as a runway for people to get warmed up.
Right.
But
Yeah, right.
so they're really moving by the time they get past Sugar and Spice. Well, so maybe they got a different answer up there, but I doubt it.
Wow, were they still trying to lower it all the way to the Killington line?
But I don't
Did they
know. Yeah.
move?
I don't know which way this methodology cuts. So if you go up there and you measure it halfway up the hill and they go, wow, people are driving 60. So we should raise the speed limit
Right,
because that's how
right.
fast.
That's-
Yeah.
So they will only be 5 miles. Over. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, I guess, which goes to my point about Arizona, right? They said it at 70 and that's how fast people drove. So I guess you get up high enough, it works. But I don't think that's what you want to do here.
Yeah.
So I don't know. If you get there, Joe, I would ask them just what's the reasoning? What's the methodology that they would use to conclude differently? And does the
Well, how
nature
fast,
of the actual road make a
how
difference?
fast do people have to go before you can lower it?
Right.
Right.
And
Because we'll have to start driving faster up through there, I guess.
mean, the logic behind it is that they're saying that it's a good portion of the height of traveling is driving above the speed limit. So 4 to 8 miles an hour above the speed limit evidently is acceptable.
Apparently.
You know, so if you're posted at 40 and you're doing 48, 50, that's okay. And I don't.
I wonder if they've run that by the state police to see how they feel.
Well, you know, that's the way people drive out there. And you know that everybody figures that if they go 9, 10 miles an hour above the speed limit, they're safe.
Yeah.
And everybody drives with that in mind.
Yeah.
So you drive to West Rutland out here and this posted speed limit's 40 and the average traffic speed is 48 to 50 because they're figure they can get away with it. When
Ed, what's your rule of thumb for, or maybe the unspoken rule of thumb for
Do we really want to ask
how
them
much
that?
lenient?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's a
2 miles an
that's
hour.
right.
so I kind of thought, yeah,
All
I
right.
saw it. Yeah, I saw two.
But I mean, and the issue goes farther back into the city. I mean, you know, I travel that section often,
Mhm.
and there's cars doing 45, 50 past Applebee's. Like that's
Oh, yeah.
nothing.
Right.
Like, I mean, that's 35. So this is a bigger problem than the speed
Oh, it's
limit
not- yeah,
is.
there's a lot.
Yeah, there
All
is.
over. Yeah.
And if they lower that speed limit to 35, then the average speed through Mendon will be 45 instead of 50, which technically they're only gonna, they're gonna slow them down. And I don't know why these folks that do this don't understand that that's the way traffic works.
I
That's
don't know. Maybe they figured out the speed limit's still going to be 50. It's just the speeding ticket's going to be more expensive. I don't know.
well,
We'll get the remote meeting link and we can,
Okay.
if you'd like to be here, we can be here and we can put it up and anybody who wants to be here, participate in it. So
Right.
I'm sure Mendon will be on it.
Pay
So.
my taxes, so that'll be good
We
reminder.
tried.
Yeah. Oh, it's right at tax day. Yeah.
That's it.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Okay. Irving Energy did
Yes.
say that, yes, that price was still
Okay.
valid. So yes, it is.
I don't think we need to do anything more. We put in the minutes, we accepted their offer so long as
It
the
was that price.
bid was at that
Yes.
price and they held it for 2 extra days or whatever.
So there
we're
is
good.
there is some work to be done. Procter Gas does have a tank monitor at the new building. They're going to take off. I did have to get some information to tell Irving that we actually own the tanks because oh yeah, you need to pull those tanks out of the ground. I'm like, no, we don't. They belong to us. So we're working to get our account set up with Irving. So we're moving that forward. So that should be all. Well, that's just going to take some time to get all done.
I know there was something I wanted to ask Dave, and that was about fuel, what he was working on.
Oh,
Oh, his Dave.
Dave is still out there. Maybe. He might be in a dead spot.
He's driving.
He's driving.
yeah, it's okay.
Well, if he pops up, we can ask him.
Yeah.
And then Heather Lane, I have received some feedback from residents. Nothing actually very negative, which is nice. They've been talking amongst themselves, and they were talking about the possibility of extending Crossman to be one road, so it would no longer be two. If we do that, there are 2 houses on Crossman that would actually be affected, because it would actually change how they're numbered. But if we did Crossman extension, then that would not affect those. So I've asked them for feedback. They're going to get back to me, but so far both scenarios pass muster with state. I've talked to the guy to Talent State, so those are viable options.
But we change them if you're measuring from the root.
It's how they're not, they don't need to be changed specific. Well, there's the time we take the opportunity to change it if we needed to. But it's because, oh, I know what it is. It's because they are addresses on the left right now that are odd numbers. And if we extend the road to be one road, they would now become addresses on the right.
Oh.
And they would need to have an even number. So it's one of the thou shall not violate rules is the odds evens.
Yeah.
So
I kind of like the idea of extension because
I
then
kind
it
of like
would,
the idea. of
that is a viable option. So, but they are going to, they still know they have some time to get back to us, and we'll do that. So
okay.
Dave, come on, then you went back away. So
yeah, I had
There
to
he
find the mute. I had to find the mute button. So I
Yeah,
know you brought up the fuel thing. We need to have a committee meeting because I have a lot of information and several options and way too much to get into here. So, at some point, I don't know if, next week or something, maybe we have some time. And, we could have a committee meeting and go over all of the different options. Cause I've got like 3 prices from vendors to do the whole thing. And then I actually got a price for us to do it ourselves, buy the tank ourselves, and we're not beholden to anybody for fuel. And then there's a whole tax implication thing that's, we are sort of tax exempt, but not necessarily excise tax exempt. So, I had a long conversation with the woman at DMV, who used to work for Department of Taxes, and she enforced this tax stuff. And so anyway, it's a big, long, it's way more than you want to get into now, but if we can get a time when we could do a committee meeting, I could lay it all out and just figure out which way we want to go with it.
so all 3 of you are together tomorrow, so you can maybe pick a date next week.
Sure.
Okay, good.
Thanks, Dave.
Thanks, Dave.
You're welcome.
Alrighty, what else?
That's everything I have.
Okay, so looking up under, I guess we've done the action items.
Yes.
I did get 2 pieces of correspondence. They're both thank you notes from Aaron Geisler, Rutland Town Select Board. Thank you so much for the very generous scholarship award. It will help me significantly with my education. I'm very proud to be from Rutland Town. I really appreciate the support. And then a thank you note from, can't make out the first name.
Sebastian.
Yes, thank you, Sebastian Pell. Dear Rutland Town, thank you for awarding me the Rutland Town Scholarship. I'm truly honored and extremely grateful to be selected as a recipient. Thank you for believing in me and investing in my future. I look forward to making the most of this opportunity and giving back to the community. Very nice. Okay, just going through all of the other stuff that I had. And I think that is it. What else? Anything? Don, you're here for something, but you're not on the agenda. And so what's up?
I approach the board.
Well, you are.
Oh.
Don Chioffi, delinquent tax collector.
Thank you, Mary, and good evening. I came to actually to discuss 2 matters which will require an executive session. Bill, you had the site. We were going over it in Bill's office, the new rules on executive sessions. I think there were two things. One is a legal matter, and the other, Bill, was that.
When we talked about it, the only one that came close was for records that were exempt from public records request.
Right.
Is this a public records request?
No, this is this is a tax matter with confidential information that is not disseminated to the clerks for public information.
Is that an exception?
That's.
You don't happen to
I'm
have
not
it.
sure. It says records
I don't.
exempt from the access to public records provisions. Provided, however, the discussion of the exempt record shall not itself permit an extension of the executive session to the general subject to which the record pertains.
Oh,
I don't know what,
no.
I don't even know how to interpret that.
Is
Do
this
you?
litigation?
Pardon me?
Is this litigation?
Yes. Yes, it would be a legal matter.
Well, legal matter, but not with our attorney, and that's how we've already.
Well, it could be with our attorney, and that's what I
Well,
want
our
to discuss
attorney
with
is
the
not
board.
here, but we are meeting with our attorney. on September 16th, I believe. Is that the day I think we all settled on? Yeah, okay. So if you can refine your request so we can understand a little better what it is we're being asked to go into executive session about. That's one. And then two, the underlying question.
Well, it's to discuss possible litigation, and that's obviously exempt under the state statute. I mean, you can't discuss litigation in public because it would be detrimental to the.
You can, but
Are you,
if it fits the exemption.
are you talking about like possible tax sale?
Yes.
Okay.
So the one that references that,
Uh-huh.
it says, after making a specific finding that premature general knowledge would clearly place the public body at substantial disadvantage, and that for pending or probable civil litigation or prosecution to which the public body is or may be a party.
And that's clearly what it is.
Tax sales that, right? I guess.
You're the party, not us. The delinquent tax collector is, not the select board.
Nope. Not under state statute.
Do we sign?
You have to approve
We have
before
to
I can
approve.
do anything.
All right.
And that's why I'm here, obviously.
Well,
I need the board's approval for something and I can't.
in the past, and I'm just thinking through, in the past, we haven't gone into executive session to do these.
Well, maybe we haven't done it correctly. I'm trying to interpret the law the way the law is, and I don't want to get myself or you into trouble. And I don't think we should be discussing anything that involves litigation or civil matter against taxpayers in open session until it has been decided.
What's your pleasure, folks?
I don't-
Back to, I am going to be talking with Kevin about this other thing anyway, the ordinance.
Well, I have a handout, and the handout has information that is not disseminated to the public. So under that rule. And it's an excerpt from a spreadsheet which I provide to the town treasurer on a regular basis. The use of which is for researchers, litigators, attorneys, and real estate people to determine whether somebody is delinquent. But all it gives is the name and the years. It doesn't give any amounts. And I have one for you with amounts. So that's information that's not disseminated to the public. But you need to know it in order to make decisions, which I'm asking for an executive session.
Is this time sensitive?
Well,
I mean, really, because we're at the end of the meeting. We've got documents.
I don't need the decision tonight, but I'd like to have the discussion tonight if you would. I mean, it's not going to take that long, really. I'm not asking for a lot of time.
Is it possible to receive the non-public information in executive session and then come out and have a discussion about it?
Certainly. Well, that's your choice. You're the board. You can come out whenever you choose to come out. I would think.
Well, the question is that
Yeah, I wanted
your needs?
No, I wanted to ask you a couple of questions about this when I disseminated it. That's all. And you have enough time to think about it. I mean, I don't need an answer tonight, but I would need an answer to these questions at some point.
Executive session stuff. I don't know.
Yeah.
You could ask Kevin, do this in 2 weeks if he's gonna answer, but he might not be available.
Unavailable tonight.
We're talking about some substantial amounts of money.
What's your pleasure, folks? Do you want me to reach out to Kevin? Which I've got to do anyway.
I almost think we have to make sure, because with all of this emphasis on it now, that it's like, before it seemed to be pretty easy for us to just determine which was which, but now they've made seems much more difficult.
We got a whole different list of rules now on,
The rule, right, and
or maybe they're clarified more stricter rules than they were, but yeah, they're.
that would be my recommendation. I think that we need to get Kevin's opinion as to what's acceptable within this framework of, delinquent tax stuff that we're allowed to go into. And it may be 100% right, but I think that, we just,
Alrighty.
Well, no, it's just making it a lot more difficult for me to do my job, that's
Yeah.
all.
well, and it makes some of these new rules make it more difficult for us. to
No,
do
this
ours.
doesn't have anything to do with the rules. This has to do with what the board is willing to authorize me to do, that's all.
Well,
Because I can't do it without board authorization.
I understand
So-
that, Don, but what constitute a reason to go into executive session? This may or may not, and because I don't have the right answers or the knowledge based on how things have changed, it would be premature for us to say, okay, we're just gonna do this. We need to, some of these new things, we've already crossed this path a couple of times since these things have changed, and this is most of the way we handle this, so.
Especially with something like tax sale, I don't want them to, we get to the point of tax sale and they say, well, back at the beginning of all this, you went into executive session when you weren't supposed to, and that screws up the whole process of what we're trying to do as well.
Because none of us have that answer tonight, it just wouldn't, I don't think it would be or prudent for us to go into executive session unless we know what you're asking us to go into exec for fits the, rules. So
I think what Bill just described is exactly what I'm asking. It to the letter of the word that he described. It's a civil action.
So we also have the right to consult with our attorney and
we're both in that room.
we,
I'm all done.
okay.
That's it. You don't get the money unless I do the job.
Thank you, Don.
Yeah.
We'll be back in touch. Yeah, okay. So I will add that to my list of
I
things
think
to
that
check
if
with.
this was this,
If it's significant, there is the potential for a challenge in court. You're absolutely
Well,
right.
I don't want to get all the way through the process of,
it-
of tax sale and then be like, oh, wait, you screwed up in
Yeah,
the first
I know.
meeting and.
the other thing is that should have been on the agenda. If it shouldn't just be dropped in our lap.
And, we do have that thing at the beginning to
Right.
invite folks who aren't.
We don't have to
Speak
be
up,
forced
so.
to do anything we don't want to.
All right, so that adds to my list.
Going home.
Okay, are we done with everything? Anything else that anyone
I
can
think
think
we're
of?
Is Kevin away or?
I think he's like coming back tomorrow or the next day. We're real close to
I
having
didn't
him
know if we
return.
could get his his question answered for the next meeting and then maybe.
Oh,
put
we
him on-
can.
Oh, yeah.
I'm pretty sure we can.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so if we can get that answer, we can put him on
Yeah.
the agenda for the 9th and.
yeah.
It's not like tax sales happened. I mean, this is like, it's going to take,
Yeah, I mean, I think there's some that have been delinquent a long time and are probably time to
Yeah,
do that.
I have no doubt.
and that's
about
fine,
that.
but let's do it right
Let's do it right.
Yeah.
and not have
Well,
some.
it's like the whole land sale process thing. We had to ask Kevin on how that all went
I
too
know.
before we did something
Yeah,
wrong, you
I
know?
remember
Right.
that. All righty. If there's nothing else, is there any motion?
Move to adjourn.
Second, all in favor of adjourning, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries 4-0.